You're all set.
Okay, we're about to start.
Yeah, no, I just started it. Okay. All right. Just make it, there's two. Yeah, you can put them, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, done. So you can pull them in, so you can move them, see how it says you can.
Hello.
Mhm.
If you will, yeah.
I think it's recording right now, though.
Yes.
So you can pause the recording if you want.
Thank you for attending. Sorry for the delay. We've had a bit of a technical difficulties, so I'm gonna ask all those here, our Representative Chase, Fritchie, Jacome, Norman, Powers. I see John Scott.
Here,
Is Neil Gardner here?
not
Representative.
appear to be here.
Okay. That being said, our new business tonight is 3.1, 2022-482-2 DODA World Language Advanced and Readiness Program Award. Everybody got their package?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The terms of the grant, it's a grant, I think we've all got the cover letter. Is there any, need to make a motion on the floor if we've all read this? Yeah, we can read the cover letter.
Oh, yeah, I have that.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you want this, what do you want read?
Let's read the whole thing.
There's a draft motion.
I don't have the draft motion.
No, I don't have it
Do you
either.
want me to read it?
Yeah, if you have it, that would be nice.
Resolution approving the Groton Public Schools DODA grant. Whereas Groton Public Schools were awarded a $1 million Department of Defense to accept the DODEA World Language Advancement and Readiness Program, WLARP grant. And whereas with the support from the DODEA, Groton Public Schools will improve and expand its world language program. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the town council authorize the superintendent of schools, Susan Austin, to accept the 2022 DODEA WLARP grant in the amount of $1 million and to execute any necessary paperwork to implement the grant referred to the RTM 6.5.3.
Thank you.
You're
Do we have it? Have a second for the, make a motion for that? Do we accept?
I'll make a
the grant?
motion.
We're not,
Or-
so go ahead.
Yeah, make a
Don't-
motion.
You have to make the motion.
Yeah,
Yeah, then we're gonna discuss.
Oh,
so I'll make that motion.
second.
Okay. Now we're in for discussion. Is there any way we can bring Superintendent Austin back?
Superintendent Austin, can you hear us?
I am here. Thank you. I'm going from one group to another.
Thank you for doing such a wonderful job for us.
Multitasking.
I think we have just a few questions for you,
Sure.
Superintendent.
I don't know why my volume isn't working that well. I'm just,
We hear you fine. Do you hear?
Yeah, you're here, we're here, fine.
Rod? I would like to start with Representative Chase. She has a few questions for you, and
Okay.
then we'll just go around the room real quick and not
Kathy.
keep you.
Hi. So the non-federal, is that match? In that budget?
it's already monies that are in operations or other art funding that we are using currently for things like professional learning and some of the other areas.
Okay. So my next question is, it says there's no future costs. So does that mean that these two new teachers, when the 2024 or 27 rather, I'm working in my day job here. When 27 comes to an end and this grant expires, does that mean those two teachers will not be employed?
Not necessarily. One of the things, the only three things that I think that would continue out of this whole grant could be the possible 2 teachers, although what we're gonna do is hopefully with the retirements, the way we've seen them and the hiring of new teachers, we've been able to reduce costs of the teachers in that way. So we have those 2 teachers. We're gonna take on some of the responsibility of them in the 5th year. And then hopefully by the 6th year, with some reduction in more senior staff, we'll be able to continue having those 2 teachers. The only other 2 areas could possibly be the membership fees at $1,400, and then if the online learning subscription needs to be renewed, it's something that's really valuable to us, we could continue it. Otherwise, we might look for something different.
That's the 910.
But most of this grant you see is in professional learning, professional development. And we are used to doing this with our staff, and because we have leadership in the area of world language as a chairperson at the high school level, that they can continue to train new teachers as well as the staff that is there. So we've done that in literacy, math, STEM, and it works out quite well that our own staff becomes like train the trainer.
All right, thank you.
Al?
So,
I just like to add a couple points of what does this get for our children, because that's what we're here about. And one of the main things in these DODEA grants is that we really track our progress very carefully. They monitor us, we evaluate, and we look for student growth. And at the end, there's something called the seal of biliteracy, that if a student has excelled and gone from a novice to, an intermediate stage to an expert, they can be assessed and get something called a seal of biliteracy. This seal of biliteracy can equate to either 9 credits at Southern Connecticut State University when they go to college. It can equate to a job in the workforce. We have courses called Spanish in the workplace and Spanish for our native speakers. We have some students who come really already very fluent in their native language, especially in Spanish. And so with a course that's designed for them to also become very proficient in reading and writing, they can get the seal after just a couple years. So that can also either access to career or college. So we're always looking for those opportunities for our students, and this is yet another one. So we're very excited about it. And really starting our children younger, the younger the kids start learning a new language, the better they can take it on and keep it. So.
I'm gonna ask Representative Fritchie has a question for you.
Okay,
it was a simple question that we are taking the ownership of 2 teachers. They're funding it, but those teachers belong to us, and right, and eventually they might roll into our system if the program doesn't continue, correct?
it's really hard to hear that question. Sean, can you repeat that question?
What Representative Fritchie said was that we're taking on 2 teachers for this program overall, over the long term, as long as the program's still there, through either attrition, right?
Mhm,
Retirement, however you want to call it. But
mhm.
the program is basically going to stay
It's
after the,
sustaining. Yeah,
yes, it's self-sustaining.
right.
That's what you say. But there's still 2 teachers that will absorb into our school system.
Right, right.
And the language program will continue after the grant is gone, correct?
It's really based on the evidence that we support during the evaluation process. So it's really like getting a field test. You put in $1 million to run this field test in the hopes of really delivering. And the end of the delivery is we want more kids to get the seal of biliteracy. And we want it to start at a younger age and have more kids fluent and be bilingual in our town.
Okay. And they can get credits as well. This is what you're
Oh,
saying?
absolutely.
9 credit college
Yeah.
kind of thing, right? Where they can carry.
That's right. And so
School
many
credit, so it's
schools now have Spanish in the workplace, so even getting a job after school, whether it's, a job in a company or, through EV or, there's a lot more, and restaurants, there's a lot more Spanish speaking people, so it can support them getting a job.
Further questions?
Yeah.
Follow up?
But these two teachers that we're hiring are going to be focused in the elementary.
This is going to be focused in the elementary, Superintendent Austin.
That's what it
I'm
says.
sorry, could you repeat that?
The two teachers are going to be specific to the elementary grade student, correct?
Yes. But it would deliver both Spanish and French in all 5 schools. We're going to start with 5th grade, 4th and 5th grade, and then go down the grades.
Get that?
I sort of do. Sounds like 2 teachers are going to cover all the languages for
They
all 5
already,
elements.
they already have 3 teachers. They're hiring 2 with this grant. So they'll have
Right.
1 in each of the 5 schools.
No, that's not correct.
Oh, that's,
2 teachers total for all the elementary programs.
Can you repeat what you just said? There's 2 for the whole elementary school programs? Did you hear me?
I apologize. It's hard. I don't know if you all have a microphone or if you're close to the.
No, we had some technical difficulties with this whole thing, so you're
Okay.
doing it right off of Representative Norman's laptop with you guys involved here.
Okay,
How many teachers would that be, Superintendent? How many in each school? How many total?
so, they would be sharing their time in the different schools and they'd have a schedule. So that they would be like 30 minutes a couple times a week, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and rotate through the schools in order to get kids to be verbally fluent in the language through the years.
okay, I
And
misunderstood.
they would start their really leveled instruction, middle school, high school, to get this seal.
Okay, I misunderstood the statement in our paper that it says GPS will also hire 2 new world language teachers and the program to all 5 elementary schools. So I just assumed that there were 3 already.
No, there are not. It's
So
just,
now with this grant, how many will we have
we'll
total?
have 2 more.
2 more in addition to how many do we have now?
We don't have any at the elementary level.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, thank you. Okay, that answers that question.
Representative Scott, any
Hey, so
questions?
my questions have been asked and answered, so I'm good.
Norman,
I'm good.
I'm good.
Mr. Cohen? I think Moderator Jill, nothing? I think we're great. I think,
I appreciate, this is number 6 since 2014, and it's done amazing things, this Department of Defense education activity.
that's great. I'm glad
So
we're
grateful.
able to do things for our children. That's a
Thank
wonderful.
you.
Thank you for your time.
All right, I appreciate it. Now I gotta go negotiate.
From your Other meeting,
I
okay?
got more serious stuff to deal with. here.
Negotiate $1 million savings in the budget over there.
Yeah, definitely.
I doubt that's gonna happen, John.
I second that, John.
All right, bye.
Just remember, you only have good teachers when you have good pay.
No, not true.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. People work for their paychecks, so we're not gonna go on. We're on.
Can we, I do need to get going. Can we call the vote and get this going?
Yes. Do we have any further questions?
No.
Motion.
Okay,
You good?
Yeah.
like to have a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Nay.
Al's a nay. I'm an aye.
That's approving this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, great.
So we got
Aye,
5.
aye is approving it or nay is approving it?
Aye
Aye
is
is
approving it.
Are you approving it?
No, I'm familiar with them trying to teach little kids languages, and with 2 teachers spread over 5 schools, that isn't going to achieve anything.
Well, it's better than what they have now.
Yeah, I suppose. So you can change mine to a yay.
Okay.
There you go,
well,
Al.
Hey.
There we go. We were easily coerced.
This is a
Alright,
waste.
well, there's
of
no
money.
discussion
It
on
really
it.
is.
Okay.
At least it's not our money we're wasting.
Motion to
Oh,
adjourn.
I'll make
but
a
it
second.
is.
Motion to, Motion to adjourn?
Yeah.
In a second.
So we give it to Scott and we'll give it to Norman. So we have new names. Thank you for your time, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good evening.
Bye, John.
Thank you.
Oh, Lord, he's like, I'm out.
Did you vote?
We did.
Oh, okay.
We all voted.